I am absolutely dying over here. Jeez, I just had a really hot, really spicy fried rice. Wow. I am trying to survive here as I'm going live, and geez, we're just moving. All right, we're live. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKR Sport. I'm trying to survive right now. We are here for the North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Cronulla Sharks in North Queensland. Obviously, we just come off the back of a really close game between the... Hold on one second here. Hold on one second. I am literally trying to survive as I'm doing this. I really shouldn't have eaten that just in between, but I hadn't had any breakfast. But we are here for the Cowboys and Sharks off the back of the Rabbitohs and Dragons game, which was a 1-point win in the end for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, 25-24. Great game there. Rabbitohs are now 2-2 for the season. Dragons have gone to 0-2 for the season. They're still not in last place, though, because they aren't losing games by a big margin. They lost by 8 to the Dogs and they lost by 1 to the Rabbitohs, so it's kind of okay there. But, you know, they would be concerned. They would definitely be concerned. Sorry, again, I'm just trying to survive at the moment because that fried rice was really, really hot. But the game starts in 5 minutes' time, so let's hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Get in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are about this game. Cowboys coming off the back of a really bad loss last week to the Manly Seagulls, who went and lost pretty well to the Warriors yesterday. The Sharks, they've had a 2-week break as they took on the Penrith Panthers in Vegas. They lost the Panthers in a controversial game, and the Panthers went and got beat by a bunch of young kids in the Sydney Roosters yesterday. So they're looking to bounce back strong. The Cowboys are looking to bounce back strong, but I just don't know if the Cowboys are going to be able to do it. But I also don't know jack shit, because yesterday proved that even if you want to tip Manly and the Panthers, both of those teams lost, and the Panthers gave up 38 points to a bunch of young kids. So, look, it's the comp is all over the shop. You just don't know what's going to happen. I do think the Sharkies win today, but with that being said, I thought those two teams would win yesterday, so it's all over the shop. But let's get to the two-team lineups here, because the game starts in less than 5 minutes' time. So this game is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Good weather. Jackson Paulo is in, with Jeremiah Nene being out. You go to the fullback, and it is Scotty Drinkwater, with the wingers being Braden Burns and Murray Taulangi. The centres are Jackson Purdue and Viliami Vailea. The 5'8" is Tom Dearden, who is the captain, and Thomas Duffy is the halfback. You go to the front row forwards of Jordan McLean and Sammy McIntyre. The hooker is Reece Robson. Then you go to the back row, which is Johnny Bateman and Kai O'Donnell, who I believe is on debut today. I could be mistaken, but Kai O'Donnell in the back row, and then Ruben Cotter is the 13. Interchange: Carl Lawton, Harrison Edwards, Griffin Neame, and Cohen Hess, with the 18th man replacement being Jackson Bolo. So that Cowboys team is a little over the shop in my personal opinion. I think that they're not necessarily balanced. Defensively, they are very much a concern, as we saw last week, and we saw that last season. The Cowboys haven't done anything to prove to me that they've become better defensively. They still are a good enough attacking team, but Manly just were very, very solid last week. So, look, they're going up against the second best defensive team in the comp last year, which is the Cronulla Sharks. Yes, they gave up a few points in that round one game, but the Vegas games are literally a throwaway, and also it was the Panthers who won 4 premierships in a row, right? So at the end of the day, I'm still pretty confident in that Sharks defense, but the Cowboys defense did not give me anything to believe in after last week. Sharks, on the other hand, they've got Billy Burns, who is in, and Thomas Hazelton, who is out. The fullback is William Candy, with the wingers being Samuel Stonestreet and Ronaldo Mulatalo. Centers are Jesse Ramian and Kyle Ero. You go to the 5'8", which is Braden Trindle, and the halfback is Nico Hines. The front row forwards are Adam Fanor-Blake and Oregon Kafusi, with the number 9 being Blake Brayley. You go to the back row, which is Britton Nakora and Teague Wilton. 13 is Cameron McInnes, who is the captain. Interchange: Daniel Atkinson, Siasi Vitalakai, Braden Hamlin-Ueli, and Tukahau Tapuha, with the 18th man replacement being Billy Burns. Obviously, the coach is Craig Fitzgibbon. I continuously say I think the Sharks team is the most balanced across the park, across all teams. I think that they are the most balanced from the back line to the forward pack. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is solid. Obviously, they're missing Sione Katoa, but I think Samuel Stonestreet does a job in replacement of him anyway. Will Kennedy is, I believe, underrated. A lot of people think he's actually not that good. I think he is at a consistent level, and then also has an odd game where he'll go off, but he's more so at just a consistent level for mine. Love the centre pairing of Ramian and Ero, and Ronaldo Mulatalo has a mistake in him for sure, but is also one of the most damaging wingers in the comp. The halves of Trindle and Hines, I love it. And then you go to the front row forward, Adam Fanor-Blake and Oregon Kafusi. I think Fanor-Blake is top 3 front row in the game. Maybe you'd have to say it's top 2 definitely now anyway, because Tino's gone to the 13. So Adam Fanor-Blake and Payne Haas are the 2 best props in the game for mine. And he really brings up Oregon Kaufusi. And Kaufusi does his job. I don't think Kaufusi's anything spectacular, but I think he does his job at a good level. Blake Brayley, solid. Back row is incredible with Britton Okora, international for New Zealand, and Teague Wilton, who is an up-and-comer. Like, I think he needs to take that next step, to be fair. But he's solid enough, and then McInnes is one of the most, hard-working, strong 13s in the game. So I'm going to tip the Sharks here, and I will tip them 13 plus, but we'll see how they go up in North Queensland, where the Cowboys are looking to bounce back, and the Sharks are looking to bounce back after a loss to the Panthers too, and it'll be a bit of a shock for them to go 0-2 to start the season. But hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The Cowboys start off with the ball here, and they're going to get this ball here to the 15. I'm just going to quickly, before I get into the chat, I'm going to refresh this score so you can get the live score going for you. There you go. So it's going for you now. Let's put this game back on. Let's open up that chat, and we are all good to go. Hey, says Cowboys. You two think the Cowboys win this game? What gives you that impression? Based off of what we've seen so far, what gives you the impression that the Cowboys are going to be winning this game? I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued to know. I'd love to know what gives people the impression the Cowboys could win. Again, it's your perspective. That could definitely happen. I just don't know, coming to this game, what they've given as a reason for you to, think that the Cowboys are the better team out of these two teams here today. So Sharks now with the ball at 35. Kobe's mind, that was a devastating loss for us Dragons. I don't know what wrong. Dragons are the Dragons. They're not anything spectacular. They're going to do a job. They're going to be competitive. That's why I put them in 8th. I still think they're around that point. Wayne Bennett just knows how to coach his teams and got the Rabbitohs over the line at the end. It was a tough kick from Jamie Humphries. It was a tough game overall, and the Rabbitohs just came up trumps. So, the Dragons have the bye next week. They go into that one, and they just have to reconfigure what they're doing. I don't know who they play in round 4, but at the end of the day, they're kind of the team, exactly the kind of team that I expected them to be this season. So at the 40 now for the Sharks, it doesn't even have the tackle count on the screen right now. And Nico Hines will kick that ball up. A little tiny bit of wind around, pulling that ball back. And the ball will bounce there for Scott Drinkwater, who's going to get taken. Oh, no, that's Braden Burns, who will get taken down to the 20. Surprised Braden Burns is actually locked down at spot, man. There we go. Tony says, I'm going for the Cowboys. I think they could do an upset, but the Sharks are the better team. Are you going for the upset based off of yesterday? Like, are you basing that off of... Are you basing that off of yesterday, or are you basing that off you just feel like there's an upset on the cards? Because I don't look at this game and think that the Cowboys can win. I really don't. I just see the Sharks being the much more balanced outfit. But if you go based off of yesterday, then yeah, I would agree that anything can happen at any time. Anything can happen at any point for sure. So the Sharks now will get the ball after an okay-ish set from the Cowboys, and Will Candy will get taken out to 15. Hey, it says, let's go. Ibrahim says, I don't know who to tip considering what's happening this week. Well, who was the favourite in that Dragons episode? Surely the Dragons would have been favourites. Surely the Dragons would have been favourites. So that would be 3 upsets, and the Knights were the favourites against the Dolphins, but 3 upsets outside of that. Tipping the Sharks 13 plus, and we play the Eels at Combank. Well, if you don't win that game, there's a problem. That's for sure. 4 tackle for the Sharks. Not a fantastic set at the moment. Blake Brayley gets it out to the 40. I tell you what, smashing down that spicy fried rice before jumping on here was not my best idea that I've ever had, that's for sure. That was not my best idea. Oh, and we're back on. But I did need to have it. I hadn't had any breakfast. Going off of yesterday. Well, yeah. All right, the Cowboys need to show something better than what they did against Manly. That's for sure. They need to show much better than what they did against Manly. I went for the Cowboys like I went for the Rabbitohs. Sure. I just don't... like, everyone's gone for the Cowboys here. I don't understand it. Am I missing something? How is everyone tipping the Cowboys in this game? Hope you tip the cockroaches. No, it's a good place, Jay. Trust me, I Google it. I do my research before I eat anyway. I'm surprised there's so many people here going for the Cowboys. I don't get it. It's baffling me. Again, it's all your opinion, but it's baffling that we've got everyone here thinking the Cowboys are the... It's nearly like giving me the impression that the fans are giving them the favourites. Oscar says, up. Well, I think you guys win. It's just all the comments are saying Cowboys, and I'm starting to question myself and think, have I missed something here? Not like that pizza joint. Not like the pizza joint. And that's the thing. I would have loved to have gone there because you know how much I love Chicago. I would have loved to have gone to that pizza joint, but then seeing that cockroach review, no, thank you. No, thank you, mate. All right, 3rd tackle, and they'll give it off to McInnes. He'll get to the 40, and it'll be 4th tackle now, 5 minutes in. Rolls it back to Blake Brayley. Then off to Ronaldo Mulatalo with a great run through the middle. To be at the 40. Yeah, that ruck is very interesting there for the Cows. Ibrahim says, I still think the Sharks are going to win in confident. Yeah, well, that's what I would think, but got a lot of comments for the Cowboys, that's for sure. And now the Cows will get taken down at the 18. Because you look at the Vegas games, and even though the Sharks lost the Panthers, they were highly competitive, and I would argue just got, you know, a little bit slapped up in the end by... Oh no, hold on. I just got a message from someone about this. Jai's gonna be fine, man. Sorry, I saw a message from someone. I still think Sharks are going to win in confident. Brent Nesbitt says, I can give many reasons why the Cows can't win. Why would you take out a key player? Why would you take out a key player? He had one bad game of defense. Who's the player they took out? Jeremiah Nene. Or did they drop him? I was assuming he was injured, man. Did they drop Jeremiah Nene? That's crazy if that's the case. Is that a dropping? Wow, I didn't even know that. If that's a dropping, that's absurd. That's absurd to me. The guy plays for Queensland. He has, like, defensively, yeah, he is poor. We know that, but he's also your biggest spark in attack, realistically. Realistically, if you're looking for someone, that's definitely a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. No, it should have been a penalty, but okay, John Bateman gets away with that. That makes no sense to me. Got dropped for defence, apparently. And it's like, yeah, sure, like, defence is an issue for him, but Scott Drinkwater, then you have to drop Scott Drinkwater then. If you're blaming Jeremiah Nene defensively, that's a big hit there. That's a big hit there from Jesse Ramian. If you're taking it out on Nene, you have to take it out on Scott Drinkwater, because Drinkwater defensively is horrific. He's abhorrent. He's incredible attacking-wise, but... And there's a knock on there from the Cowboys, so Sharks ball at the 35. He only ran about 15 metres for the game, so they dropped him. Like, and again, that makes sense. Like, if you're talking to me about, like, a balanced effort and you're saying that he isn't working hard, then sure, like, he deserves to be dropped on his work ethic, I agree. But if people are saying that it's his defence, then you have to look at Scott Drinkwater, who is your best player, realistically, at the Cowboys. Oh, no, I'd say Tom Dearden is, but, you know, Tom Dearden's solid defensively, but Drinkwater is just as bad defensively, so it has to be more than just the defence. It has to be. Has to be. DOA's a Sharks W? I think so. So right-hand side, Nico Hines will be taken down to the 30. Are you back on the Cowboys wagon now, Jay? You're back on the Cowboys wagon. You're getting a bit of yee-haw going. Oregon Kafusi now at the 22nd tackle. 6 again. Todd said in press it was to send a message to the team. Okay, well, you better hope your message goes through this week, because if your defense sucks again... then I think you've got a bigger problem than Jeremiah Nene. And I also think you've got a bigger problem in this defensive team than you do have with Nene, because it was all last season. It wasn't all Nene. Sharks here! Couldn't get the ball out wide. Still might score. Doesn't. 5 metres away from the line. Tommy, member for 37 months. Appreciate you, Tommy. No good melee yesterday. No good melee. Oh my gosh, that was bad. They've knocked the ball back, and the Sharks will luckily get it to 20. Now, Teague Wilton, third tackle, 13 metres away. There is so much more problems with this Cowboys team than Jeremiah Nene's defense. Will Kennedy gets it out. Kyle Ero. Try time for Shaggy. Shaggy Shag with a try time for Kyle Ero. We'll make a 4-0 here with a kick to come 8.5 minutes in. Oh, well, I wonder if that's Jeremiah Nene's fault. Are they still blaming Jeremiah Nene for that one? Oh, what were you doing? What were you doing? That actually has baffled me. That has baffled me, that. Because, like, I get sending a message, but if you're blaming him, effectively you're sending a message, but you're also trying to say that he's the biggest problem. And it's like, if he's the biggest problem, then why have you been a bad defensive team for many years now? For many years. Actually, I want to go have a look at the ladder from 2022 when they had that, or 23, when they had that really good season. Or was it 22 they had a good season? Round 27. It might have been 2022. Yeah, 2023 was the Warriors season. 2022 was the Cowboys in round 27. Oh, round 25, sorry. So, actually, they had a really good defense in 2022. That was really good. Cowboys only got up 361 points. They were the second best defensive team in the comp behind the Panthers, which is a common trend. That's interesting. So what, Todd, has gone wrong in 23 and 24 and 25? Oh, jeez, that kick is brutal. That kick is brutal. He was on a streak, but he has missed a kick, so it'll be 4-0 here, 10 minutes gone. He was on a streak too, Nico. So in 23, they gave up 480... No, that was in round 25. They gave up 498 points. And then... No, it was actually more because that was round 26. In round 23... In 2023, round 27, they gave up 542 points. Sorry, so they conceded like 60 in the last round. And then last year... They were abhorrent defensively with 568 points conceded, which was the worst in the top 8. And then so far this season, through 2 rounds, well, a round and a little bit, the Cowboys have given up 42 points already, plus the 6 here. They're already 48 points for this season. So it's bold to say that that's Jeremiah No. Jay says, personally, I wouldn't have dropped him. No, I'm nowhere near that dodgy 3-wheeled wagon. 50-50, third tackle. And it'll be Adam Fanor Blake. He gets that ball to the 30. Milford's fault. It's always Milford's fault, Brocky. Can we wait till the game? Yeah, well, I'll talk more about the... If this game ends up being a blowout, we'll definitely talk more about the Broncos and Raiders as that game comes on. But for the time being, obviously, we'll try to heavily focus on this game. And then we can talk about Broncos and Raiders. But... Oh, that's a knock on. I thought he knocked... no, the first bounce missed him, but I thought the second one was a knock on. I thought as he went to do it, just then that was a knock on, but sure. So second tackle now for the Cowboys, and they're at the 23. But if this is a blowout, then we'll get to the point where we stop talking about this game and we just start kind of focusing on, overall at on all the games, to be fair, like we always do. But if it's close, it kind of stays at this one. Sam McIntyre up to Tom Dearden. Dearden needs to step up big time this year. And it's like he has earned his role and he has earned the right to be captain. He's earned the right to be the leader. But he's never really had that... He's never really had to be the guy who leads everything. Like when Chad was there, Chad would still do his job. It wasn't great last year, but Chad was still a part of it. I find it real difficult to see this year with Dummy. But then again, Duffy, but he's super young, but he's getting thrown into the fire, man. So I've seen it plenty of times with the Titans, and that's what worries me about Thomas Duffy. It worries me greatly, and it always will. Dearden has to sit the ship over Duffy, absolutely, which is why I thought that Dearden should have been 7. I'm hoping it'll be a close game, Toxic says. Look, I hope so too. I don't think it will be, but I hope it will be for sure. We did see a close game already today, though, the 25-24 with the Dragons Rabbits. Completed set so far, 5 from 6 for the Cowboys. The Sharks are 8 from 8. Missed tackles for the Cows is already at 8. After 13 minutes, 12 minutes and 20 seconds, they are at 8 missed tackles already, which is an issue. But I would have always thought that Dearden was going to be the whoa, that's a rough call. But it will be a penalty here to the Cows. I would have always expected Dearden to go in as the half-back. Am I cool with Paddy Herbert? Yeah, why? What a random comment. Of course not. He's a human being, bro. Yeah, look, he made a mistake. Sure, he's a human being, dude. What? You're referring to something 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Sure. Like, I don't understand why that even got brought up. That is such a random comment that has absolutely no relation to anything that we're talking about in this game, and it was 4 years ago. COVID was still happening when that happened. So what do you mean, are you cool with Paddy Herbert? Yeah, he's a human being. He made a mistake, so be it. Asked me 4 years ago, and sure, I wasn't happy, but like life moves on, man. You're talking about something 4 years ago. Like, we've moved well past that. Third tackle now at the 35. 26 minutes to go in the first half. Cowboys with their first relative attack of the game. Who have you got as your tip for Rookie of the Year? Rookie of the Year. Damn. I'm trying to think of all the rookies, to be fair. Because my immediate thought goes to Zane Harrison. Like, but he's not going to play much this year. May get a chance if it doesn't go well for the Titans early doors, but I doubt it. Up in the air for the Cowboys, and Monotalo with an easy one at the 5. Wasn't impressed with the Cowboys' attack last week either. Damn, I'm just trying to think of all the rookies across all the different teams. Rob Toy looks good. Toy's not bad for the Roosters. Shibasaki's not a rookie. Is a rookie? Is Shibasaki a rookie? You'd have to give me some names, to be fair. Ibrahim says Panthers have conceded more points than the Titans, who haven't. He spelled it wrong twice. Panthers have conceded more points than the Titans, who haven't conceded any. Just give Gold Coast Prem ready. Absolutely. But it's conceded, not coincided, brother. So Nico Hines will kick this ball down through the middle, where it will be picked up about 15 metres out by Braden Burns. Sorry, let me just scratch that off. Yeah, Nico Hines is dominating the kicking game. It's a good point by Mick Ennis just then, which is usually what you would look towards with Braden Trindle. But 15 minutes in, Nico Hines is way too overhated though, man. It gets ridiculous. It really does. It gets ridiculous. There we go. 4 tackle for the Cows at the halfway point. If this does turn to a blowout, it's going to be a hard-to-watch one. Tom Dearden spreads it out. There's actually good numbers here. That was bad defense from Trindle, who came all the way in. But fantastic tackle from Kyle Ero. They throw the ball back to John Bateman. And it's going to be 6 again for the Cowboys. There you go. Classic Dragons, what we were doing. Look, I think Wayne Bear just knows how to coach the Rabbitohs. And the Dragons have kind of proven to be a very similar team to what they've been in recent years, man. I still feel like they're a real quirky team, a weird team that I just don't know how to get a read on. And I still don't, but I think they'll be competitive, but they're not going to do anything spectacular this year, realistically. All right, Robson now, right-hand side to McIntyre. McIntyre, Drinkwater, gives it off to Duffy. Passes it again to Vailea, 5 metres out. 3rd tackle. Actually, shows how the amount of hate he gets. Great footy player and even better bloke. Absolutely, Nico Hines, there is absolutely nothing wrong there. I don't know why that went black, but it's fine now. And that ball is going to go either over the sideline or picked up. Oh, Cowboys luckily get it at the 20. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous that Nico Hines gets the amount of hate that he cops. He got blamed for the Vegas game, and I was like, I thought he was one of the better players overall. And John Bateman will get away from the tackle. T. Wilt misses it, and then he trips him up late on. It's a fit tackle here, 15 metres away. Fit tackle off to Duffy. Let's see this kicking game of the young bloke. Good kick in the area. Wow, what a grab by Samuel Stonestreet. They've called penalty? Oh, they've called knock on. I didn't even see the knock on. They've called knock on here. Flying above the pack. Hold on, where's the... I couldn't see it. Ref would have been in a better position than me. Buller, all the best to your Titans this year. That Bunny's half went well today. Yeah, Jamie Humphries was good. Jamie Humphries was good to watch. Peter Mamazelis was even better. Mamazelis was great in the hooker. I think that the Rabbitohs have an okay thing going. I think they're not going to push against the big teams this year, but you know they'll be fine for the most part of the year. That's why I predict them in 7th. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. I don't know why I can't hear in my right ear. All right, 2nd tackle now, and the Cowboys are going to pass this ball out 15 metres away. Is this my earphones, or is that them, maybe? Because their screen just went black before as well on Watch NRL. Tom Dearden, 10 out. Oh, taken down 3 metres away now from the line. Robson out to Drinkwater. Drinkwater at the back into Duffy. Duffy will step. Duffy will go and take it down 5 metres away. Fit tackle. Fit tackle now. 22 minutes left. Drinkwater puts this ball across. And a good grab by Nico Hines. And gets out of the in goal. Well done. Well done. Oh, yeah, now it's back on. Yeah, it's them. Brent Nesley says, do you think we will see a lot of up-and-coming fullbacks play halves at the big stage the next few years? Well, I guess you could argue that for sure, man. Like, obviously, you look at Jaden Campbell now being our halfback. You look at AJ Brimson being our 6. You've got Keanu Kinney our fullback. You know, you've got the Storm 3, which Cameron Munster used to be a fullback. You've got Jerome Hughes, who used to be a fullback. Ryan Pappenhausen is the fullback there. Nico Hines for the Sharks, who is the halfback, originally was a fullback. There's been rumours for ages that you're going to see Scotty Drinkwater come into the halves at potentially some stage. I don't think that happens, but you could argue he could be the 6th there if they wanted to put Deard into the 7 and Duffy didn't work out. There was even, like, if the Broncos didn't have Ezra Mam, then they would have potentially thought about Reece Walsh into the 6 as well, but now they've got Ben Hunt anyways. That's not going to happen. I think that a lot of teams are going to look at how the Storm have been successful with their fullbacks and will kind of cater to it. And if the Titans go well with it, if the Titans look well with Jaden Campbell, AJ Bremson, and Counter Kenny, then that will be the point that a lot of teams will take after for a little bit. But Tom Dearden now, he'll get taken down to the 45, 4th tackle. So yes, Brendan, I do. I think that a lot of fullbacks can easily translate into the halves because fullbacks are full of great X factor. Cowboys here at the 30. Fullbacks are full of great X factor and have enough smarts to jump into that halves position. And I feel like a lot of pure halves coming through will be a bit worried that their position can be taken by a fullback with that spruce. Even Kalen Ponga, look, they tried to put him into 5'8", didn't necessarily work out. I don't think you'd ever see like a Tom Trbojevic style fullback go into the halves. So like Tom Trbojevic or Dylan Edwards or Tedesco. But for the most part, yeah. Get around your real fan sports. Yeah. Well, Brett Nesbitt says, yeah, that's my thoughts. To ball running halves will be the way forward. I just think that the game's so fast now, so you may as well implement the fullbacks into the halves because they are the speedsters, they are the X factor. They can create really, really well, and that's a penalty to the Sharks at the 40. They can create really, really well, and that's what we're seeing. That's why, look, I'm more nervous now about the Titans than I was post-Titans-Dolphins game, on the basis that the Dolphins have looked absolutely awful. The Dolphins have looked awful. So, although we beat them, and we looked good, it's like anyone's looking good against the Dolphins right now. I've got a score prediction for the next game. Well, this game's still drinks break. Is it that hot up there in Townsville? Townsville weather. 29 degrees, humidity 69%. Interesting that that's a drinks break weather. That seems pretty interesting. Last time we got the whole community boxed because that was a different situation. That was like trolling me. Like this one just said raid. Like, that's fine. Like, you can get everyone a raid. Go for it. Go for it. you can do that if you'd like, man. The other one was like saying the Titans sucked or something like that, and that's why people got timed out. Or there was something else. I can't remember what it was. But there was a reason for why they got timed out. Like, yeah, right first, ask question later. That's exactly right. Angus, that's right. Yeah, so look, I think the Raiders will be up for it, man. I'm actually, well, based off of how the week has gone so far, I've been saying all week that I think the Raiders could get up in that game. So I don't know if I have the balls to tip them, but I might do it. But then again, the Raiders, I don't know based off of round one. Like round one they won, but the Warriors looked bad, and yet they went out and beat Manly team who looked great in round one. The Panthers went out and beat the Sharks in round one, and then came across and lost to the Roosters, who got flogged in round one by the Bronx. The other team was the Sharks, who are obviously playing in this game here. So Vegas games are a throwaway, man. Throwaway. So drinks breaks for every 20 minutes when the weather is too hot in the area, whether it be due to humidity or whether it's due to the heat of the game. You can raid as long as it's not Raiders fans. Yeah, well, because then we're going to get the clap. Because everyone in Canberra has the clap. They love the clap in Canberra. They love the clap. So first tackle now at the 35. It's going to be Adam Fanor-Blake who rolls his ball back here to Nico Hines. Nico Hines underneath to Britt Nakora. And Nakora now will be 30 metres away here from the line. 58% of territory to the Cowboys so far. And they are down 4-0. And there's a potential they go down 10-0 any moment now. So, the Cowboys do look like they're not as confident anymore. You saw a sense of confidence in every game for the Cows last year. You're just not seeing it at the moment. Will Kennedy. Oh, geez, that knock on? No, 4 tackle here for the Sharks at the 15. I thought there might have been a little touch there, but apparently not. At the back to Braden Trindle. Trindle now off to McInnes. And McInnes is going to be 13 metres away. Fit tackle. Fair tackle. Blake Brayley gets it to Nico Hines. Hines goes in himself, and that's not good. Gets the ball offloaded, luckily. Kafusi, Blake Brayley. Braden Trendle kicks it through. It's a good kick. Sits up. Will be a dropout. Good kick. Sits up. It will be the dropout here. Do you know Jaden Campbell was potentially going to move to halfback eventually, or did you see him purely as a fullback? I've always seen him purely as a fullback. I've known about this for a while in regards to the transition into the halves, but I always still saw him, and still probably do see him as a fullback. But I'm also, which is weirdly enough, more confident in JC as a halfback than AJ is as a 6, because I feel like at some stage, AJ is going to want to bite off a bit more than he can chew and more so lead the team. Where I don't see a 6 doing that, I see the 7 doing that. The 7 is always, for mine, the one who is meant to dictate the leadership, and then the 6 kind of floats. That's how I like to look at it. And I just feel like AJ will want to have more of a role long term. I think he's probably happy for the time being to let JC take over. But this is my opinion. I don't know. This is just my opinion. But we'll see. Oh, that's an easy try for the Sharks. That's an easy try for Brett Nakora, and it is 8-0 here with a kick to come. Easy try there for the Sharks. So, yeah, I'm, funnily enough, more confident in JC halfback than I am in AJ Brimson in the 6. But AJ needs to be in the team. He's also on a long-term contract to 2030. So, you know, we'll see how that one pans out. But I'm very reserved on how this situation works out until after the first 5 games. After the first 5 games, yeah. Would you say the Cows are more of a back-end season team? I would say the Cows are in an absolute shambles right now long-term because they don't have an identity. Tell me what the Cowboys' identity is. Are they an attacking team? Are they a defensive team? They're definitely not a defensive team. Are they a hard work team? Are they a, elusive team? I don't know what their identity is. What's the Cowboys' identity? Last year it was an attacking team, no defense. This year, they haven't shown much attack, and they've definitely not got the defense because they've already conceded over 50 points throughout the season, nearly 60 now, and we're only 25 minutes into their second game. So I don't know what their identity is right now. And I've been saying that Todd Payton had one great year for the Cowboys in 2022, but since then, it's just not been good. Like, yes, cool, last year they were able to get to the second week of the finals, but no one ever thought the Cowboys were ever going to win the comp. There was at no stage that it would have crossed anyone's mind that the Cowboys were going to beat either the Panthers or the Storm. And you'd even go as far to say the Cowboys were never going to beat the Sharks when it came to the big crunch of it all. And who was the other finals team? Who was the other third week of the finals team? Was it No, it wasn't Manly, was it? Was it Root? Who made the third week of the final? Who was the prelim team? It was Panthers versus Sharks and Storm versus 2024. Storm Roosters, yeah, it was. Like, I wouldn't have had the Cowboys last year over any of those teams. I never would have considered it. And the Sharks were the ones who knocked out the Cowboys. There you go. So, yeah, look, I think that Todd Payton had one good year, and right now we're relying on that for kind of how we think of Todd Payton. But I'm saying for a while now, him and Andrew Webster are quite similar, but I have a lot more faith in Webster than I do in Todd Payton. If anything, it would be attack, but not seeing that at the moment. Yeah. Like, if anything, it would be attack, but an identity is something that should be pretty easy to wrap your head around and call. That's a bad pass there from the Sharks. So it's going to be Cowboys ball here at the 35. Oh, maybe there was a Cowboys touch here. I think they're saying there's a Cowboys touch here. Todd Payton might be the next coach to go. We look at Todd Payton. I think Adam O'Brien's definitely set for now. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's not even close to being touched. No, we're close to being touched. So it's definitely just Cowboys ball at 35. Adam O'Brien's safe for now. We'll see how long that lasts. Who else? Benji's probably on the cards if they get another spoon. I would say Benji is definitely on the cards if they get another spoon. Tigers play tomorrow, I think, don't they? Who do the Tigers play tomorrow? Second tackle now for the Cows. Hey, this is the attacking identity team. So let's see their attack right now against the second best defense from 2024. Third tackle now, 5 meters away. Drinkwater gets a short ball. Cohen Hess, 1 metre short now. 4 tackle for the Cows. They get the ball out the back. Scott Drinkwater gets absolutely crunched in a tackle by Teague Wilton. Really good pressure there by the back rower. Robson out to Duffy. Duffy kicks that ball across straight. It's a different style kick. Goes back. It's going to be a try of the Cows. I don't know what just happened there. It was a good kick there from Duffy. It was a real direct kick across the field, which the Sharks just couldn't really grab, and it bounces back. Super weird there from the Sharks, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys will score. Eels. Jason Riles is nowhere near on the card to... No way Jason Riles gets sacked anytime soon. So, yeah, try time there for the Cowboys. Jackson Purdue. Kind of came out of nowhere, that try, but it was just... Oh, ooh. No, I think he doesn't touch it with his hand. I think that might bounce off his... Was that... Oh... This might be just off his head here, Talongi. It just comes down to if he touches it with his fingers as the ball's coming through, which I don't think he did. Oh, Eels play Tigers. Oh, thank you, Brent. Here we go. And... Oh... This is going to be a tough call here with the bunker. This is going to be a tough call here with the bunker. Oh, they've confirmed it. I think they've confirmed it. I think they've confirmed it. It hasn't come up on the screen or anything like that, so... Yeah, I don't think there would be enough evidence. Yeah, they have confirmed it. So I still don't understand Tigers rushing in to be to Benchy Marshall as their coach. I think that's their downfall. Need an experienced coach, it's proven, I believe. Well, they had experienced coaches that just don't work. Michael Maguire was an experienced coach that couldn't get it done for them. You also had Tim Sheens, who was an experienced coach that couldn't get it done for them. Now they've tried to go for an opposite approach. So when you're the Tigers, you need to go for the opposite approaches. You need to go for the different approach because the same approach isn't working every single year. So yeah, look, it's very frustrating for the Tigers because at the end of the day, I believe it's the board. I believe it's the organisation. I think that you can't go through as many coaches as you do. You can't get the kind of players that you do without the organisation itself being the ones to blame. Cool, they can make Haji Pantelis, or whatever his name is, Justin Pascoe, as the scapegoats, and I believe that they were awful. But with that being said, the board remains the same, doesn't it? The organisation remains the same at the integral part of it within, at the core. So until changes are actually made in regards to the operations of that club, I don't know if they get better, because I don't see them still becoming better this year with the players that they've got. Because I don't think that they're actually doing the justified work to see players are actually working alongside each other. They're just getting players based on names. If they prove me wrong, I'll be the first person to admit that I was wrong. But until then, I've still got them last because that team has never given any proof to say we are moving in the right direction besides going and signing a player from Penrith, Jerome Luai and Apisai Koroisau. Isaiah Papali'i went there and nearly destroyed his entire career. That's a knock-on from the Cowboys on the literal first tackle of their set after points. So now the Sharks can be 25 metres out. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But that Tigers team, that organisation, is the one to look at. They've gone through too many coaches. The same thing you could argue with a lot of teams in this comp. Blah, blah, says it's crazy there are some kids about to finish primary school who has never seen the Tigers play a finals game. That's a good point. That's a good point. Second tackle now at the 15. 6 again for the Sharks. So Blake Brayley gives it out now to Braden Trindle, and then Trindle gives it off to Siva Talakai, who's 4 metres out. First tackle. 4 metres out. They roll it back now to Blake Brayley. Brayley gets it off here to Trindle. Trindle off to Hamlin Ueli. And it'll be 4 metres out, second tackle. Cowboys, you can't just concede straight away after scoring. You got a bit of confidence back into you, and here we go. No, short ball wasn't the right play from Trindle there. Was not the right play. Blake Brayley out to Hamlin Ueli. This is awful attack from the Sharks, but they get the offload away. Will Kennedy will pass it to the grass. The Sharks have been super all over the shop in attack so far. 10 metres away here from the line. 4th tackle. 10 minutes to go in the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Nico Hines gets his ball across to Hamlin Ueli. This is pitiful attack from the Sharks right now. This is actually dreadful. Do something. They're just standing around at this point. Here we go. That's a good pass. That's a good pass. And then they'll score. They finally get something going after 5 tackles. That was awful. Really basic. Just one-ups through the middle attack. And then they finally spread it. Great pass from Nicho Hynes. Sets up a great try on the right-hand wing for Samuel Stone Street. Yeah, exactly right, Brenton. Sharks have been flat-footed attack, and then they go and score that try, which is a miracle. Blake Brayley, Nicho Hynes holds it up beautifully, goes into the line, gets it to Will Candy. Candy grabs it and then quickly passes it on to Soam Street, and they score. Like, it's crazy. That was the most bland and boring attacking set of the game, and yet in the 5th tackle, they turn into world beaters and score the try. Rick says, I think we have a very young half and lots of new combos. I think we just need some time. The Tigers? But that's the thing, bro. We have been giving them time. This is just the same thing we're hearing every single year. You're going to tell me that last year you didn't say the same thing? Or the year before that we didn't hear the same thing? Or the year before that we didn't hear the same thing? Or what about the year before that and the year before that, going back 14 years? Every year I hear, oh, it's this reason or it's that reason. And the same thing can go for the Titans, man. Don't worry, you can insult my team on the exact same way here. Right? But I see it from the perspective that the Titans also have issues in regards to a lot of similarities with this. But a lot of the people within the organisation are very close-minded and think that they're the shit, man. They think that they're awesome and do everything perfectly. Well, the results haven't necessarily showed that. So that I speak from what I believe of my own club, let alone the Tigers, but there's always something. It's always something. So it's like, okay, you got a young half who, mind you, is currently talking or has been in rumours to go to another team. So how are we meant to believe? That's a great kick from Nicho Hynes and goes over. So it's going to be 16-16. He gave it to someone in the crowd. But, you know, every year there's something. And now we've got a young half, give us time. But Lachlan Galvin might not even be there next year or the year after that or whatever. So how am I meant to sit here and go, okay, give the time to the Tigers, even though we've been giving time to the Tigers for years now. You know, last year I got absolutely roasted for putting the Tigers as low I did in the table, and then they came last again. You know, because every year Tigers fans, maybe not Tigers fans, but other fans will go, oh yeah, no, this is the year they finally come back together and finally start to compete again. And it's like, well, they don't necessarily do that. If they do it this year, then great, prove me wrong. But then there's rumours that Galvin's leaving for the Parramatta Danwell Eels, and you're like, well, how am I meant to sit here and believe that it just give you time if your star player who's young in the halves that you've just mentioned is talking to the Eels? Mulitalo's away here at the 30. He's at the 40. He's at the 45, the 50. At the 40, steps around Drinkwater. Hey, at least he'll get the tip. At least he'll trip him up. Second tackle. Kobe's mind says, I guess you could say the same thing about the Dragons. We went and brought players based off names in the off-season and so far haven't stood up for us when we need them. Oh, no. Dragons' situation is not the same as the Titans and the Tigers. Oh, I think the Dragon situation comes from the fact that they're a merged club and it's very difficult for both of them to get along. It's the same thing with the Tigers. There you go. There's another problem. So here's Sifatalakai here. Fit tackle 18 minutes away here from the line. Out the back to McInnes. McInnes now. Trindle. Trindle gets it. Oh, it's fit tackle. No, that's Trindle's fault, man. No, I'm sorry. That's Trindle's fault. Trindle can't be passing that ball back in on the inside. But that was great defense there from the Cows to rush that play. Mulitalo did a fantastic play to get away. But the Sharks, in attack today, have looked really, actually quite confusing. I haven't been a fan of it. I know they've scored 16 points, which is even more of a concern for the Cowboys because the Sharks' attack has actually been quite wonky today, but they just find a way to score. That's a training run drill. Cows are in all sorts. Well, they are because, yeah, like I said, I don't think the Sharks have been good attacking-wise today. They've been super flat for the most part, but just find a way. So, like, they've already given up 16 points. The Sharks have run 604 metres to like 450 to the Cowboys so far. 15 missed tackles to 6. Deary me. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Panthers since 2003 says merged clubs will always be headaches for everyone. I agree, especially when you're putting merged clubs together that hated each other beforehand, like Balmain and West. Balmain and West, those two fan bases still hate each other. And they are the same club. Kobe's mind, the thing is, what you're not understanding is that we're not talking about 1 year, mate. The Dragons are not in the same situation the Tigers and Titans. It's not a sympathy fest here. Like, we're not asking for sympathy talking about the Titans and Tigers. The Dragons are nowhere near the situation of the Titans and Tigers. It's completely opposite. The Dragons won a premiership 15 years ago. Like, the Titans have never won a premiership, and the Tigers, they are not the same team that they were 20 years ago. Right, 20 plus years ago. So, if you want to compare similarly with like the distance of premiership, sure, but the Dragons have been a much more competitive team than the Titans and the Tigers across the years. So it's not even they're not even remotely close in comparison. You're basing yours off of 2 games. Like at the end of the day, the Dragons are able to. That's a knock on there from the Sharks. No, apparently not. Fit tackle at 40. The Dragons are competitive in the top 8. They're competitive at least 8th, 9th, or 10th. The Titans have come 4th last 3 years in a row. The Tigers have come last 3 years in a row. Good kick there from the Sharks. That's a knock on from Drinkwater. And the Sharks have the ball. I think I say knock on Cowboys first, I think. Dragons have had it so tough. That's what I'm saying, Jay. You know, like they've been in the finals for the last few years. I know he's all Dragons, but like the Dragons have been in the finals quite frequently over the last 15 years and won a comp 15 years ago. How are we trying to compare them to the Titans and the Tigers based off of 2 games at the start of the season? So it was actually Cowboys ball, mind you, and it is a Cowboys penalty now, 10 minutes out. Yeah, I agree that they should never have merged the West Magpies and Balmain. You know, that for me is like when the Rabbitohs fans complain and Rabbitohs fans go, "Oh, we know how you feel." You don't know shit. You don't know how we feel. Like, at the end of the day, you've been born as a Rabbitohs fan into premiership success in the past. So you always have that to fall back on, which gets used to oblivion. Imagine being a Titans fan who has nothing to fall back upon and is consistently in a bad area. Rabbitohs have like 1 or 2 bad years and they're like, "Oh, we get how you feel." Yeah, no shit how you guys feel. No shit. No comparison. That's what I'm saying. Like... not everything's to do with the Dragons, Cody's mind. You don't want... And this is the thing that I find weird in these kind of discussions. It's like people try to find ways to put their team into the sympathy basket and like try to put them with the Titans and the Tigers and whatnot and say, Warriors. And they say, "Oh, but we're close." You don't want to be close. And you're not close, but you don't want to be close. Why would you want to be down in the dumps like this every single year? It's not like... Cowboys are going to score here. Cowboys are going to score! Oh, this is close. This is very close. This is very close. If his forearm goes down, no, I think they're going to call try. They will call try. So try to the Cowboys here on the left-hand wing. So we're 10-16, 16-10 to the Sharks with a kick to come to the Cows. Murray Taulagi. Let's just see his forearm here. Titans, Wise, and Tigers. Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out. It's a no try. It's going to be a 7-tackle setting for the Sharks at the 20. His left foot goes out. Kobe's mind says, "No, I'm basically mind the fact that we haven't made the finals appearance since 2018 or whatever it was, and we haven't been in contention for a grand final since 2010. That's 15 years. Whoop-de-fuck, bro. The Titans have never been in contention for a grand final ever. And if so, you can say 2010 with a preliminary final. But at the end of the day, we've never been in a grand final. The Tigers haven't even made the finals since 2011 or 10. You're talking about the finals in 2018. The Tigers haven't made it since 2011, 2010, and you won a premiership 15 years ago. Dragons are in no way comparable to the Tigers, the Titans, and the Warriors. The Warriors have featured in what? 2 grand finals. They lost to the Roosters, and the other one was to Manly in 2011. Like, at the end of the day, where are you comparing this? Where is your comparison here coming from? It makes no sense. You're talking about finals since 2018. We're talking about... The Titans have won 1 finals game in our entire history, bro. 1. 1 in 2010, mind you. Out of the entire history of the Gold Coast Titans, they have won... That's a penalty to the Sharks. They've won 1 finals game in 2010. Where is your comparison coming from because of a 2018 and not competing in a grand final since 2010, something that the Titans and the Tigers could only dream of? Am I in the same reality here? Jason, I'm getting a headache. Bro, it makes no sense. I don't understand the sympathy card. I don't understand the sympathy card. And then the guy's celebrating the 2010 grand final. Make up your mind, bro. Are you shit or are you good? Are you accepting 2010 grand final, or like I don't understand what we've been doing here for the last 10 minutes because your argument made 0% sense. So second tackle now for the Sharks, and they're going to be 30 metres out from the line. Third tackle. Solution Blaze, start back from the Storm. No, thank you. So third tackle now, and it's going to be Blake Brayley at the 24, out the back into Will Kennedy. Will Kennedy now gives it off, short ball. Kyle Iro taken down to the 10. Fourth tackle of the Sharks. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cowboys just got to hold out here. Just got to hold out. Teague Wilton. And now fit tackle 8 minutes away from the line. Blake Brayley gives it out the back and Nico Hines. Hines out back. Braden Trindle. Trindle gives it again. That's an obstruction. Absolutely no try. There is no way this will be a try. This is no chance to try. No chance. But your opinion in this circumstance is incorrect. Because yours is based off a bias towards your sport for the Dragons. Anyway, I get why you've done that, Jay. Brother. Truly. And that's not an opinion. An opinion is not saying the Dragons have it just as bad as the Titans, the Tigers, and the Warriors when they won a comp 15 years ago. That's not an opinion. But that's a no try. I don't even know why they looked at this. That's an obstruction a million years away. Is that a fan I can hear in the background clicking away? Yeah, bro. This fan's fighting for its life. It's so nice coming home to this fan. But that fan, like, fights for its life, man. Fights for its life. Fights for its life. At halftime, I'm going to run up to the bathroom, by the way, guys. So I didn't have time because I had to rush and get the spicy fried rice. And if you weren't here for that, I was struggling at the start of the stream. It's fighting for its life, man. Truly, I'm surprised no one mentioned it. That's the first time someone's mentioned it. Even though this is our third stream we're doing it. Dearden gives it now to Griffin Neame. They'll be 45 minutes away. Can the Cowboys score once before half-time? 5 for your price to party. That's great work. Big Travis Kelce fan, Jay is. Big Travis Kelce fan. I think it comes from his undenying love for Taylor Swift. Big Taylor Swift fan, the old Jay Hayes. Big Taylor Swift fan. All right, fifth tackle now for the Cowboys at 15 minutes out. Beastie Boys in the house. No, you're a big Travis Kelce fan, mate. Dearden kicks it through. If I'm the Sharks, I just throw it out. Just throw it out. Or you could just run it out. Sure. So they get this ball 2 minutes away. Well, first half, I'd say the Cowboys have done well to relatively stick with the Sharks. But the Sharks have been the better team. Sharks' attack hasn't impressed me. Sharks' defense has been okay. It's been fine. Cowboys' defense has been Cowboys' defense. Cowboys' attack has been not that great. So, bit of a mediocre game in a lot of ways, but the Sharks are still clearly showing they're the better team of the two. We're due an Oya visit any day now. I don't know if we are, though, because his team's 0-2. They lost the Dogs and the Rabbitohs, so maybe you might wait till they win. They're back to Nico Hines. Fit tackle, kicks it through. Arguably, he's been taken out there. You could argue it's a penalty. So 9 seconds to go of the first half. That should be the end of the first half zone. That should be the end of the first half, and that is exactly what it is. So the Sharks lead 16-6 at halftime. They were the better team, not convincing their attack, but they were the better team. They've had 55% possession to 45% for the Cows, and they've had 91% completion rate, 21 from 23, compared to the 83% for the Cows at 15 from 18. That's actually both pretty good completion rates. 91% is a really good completion rate. 83% is actually still pretty good. So it's an 8% difference, but it's realistically just a one set difference in a lot of ways, realistically. So they're down by 3 incomplete sets. The Cowboys, the Sharks have got 2, is why I say that. But the Sharks have had a total of 5 more sets. They've just completed 1 extra one from that, right? So really good completion rates of both these teams. Sharks have had 14 more runs. They've got 120 odd more run meters throughout the... Oh, they've actually only got about 100 run meters more than the Cowboys so far. They've got like 40 post contacts. So the Cowboys aren't actually doing too badly, considering that they've had like 3 minutes less time in possession, 10% less possession, less runs. their run meters isn't too crazy off. Their post-contact isn't too crazy off. Yeah, the Sharks have had 4 line breaks to 1. Tackle breaks is 19 to 12 Sharks way. Average set distance, the Cowboys are actually getting more set distance, 39.8 to 36.93. Play the ball speed is actually faster for the Cowboys. It's 4-4 in offloads. Overall, a lot of these stats are not that bad for the Cows. 88.26% defensive effective tackle percentage for the Cows. They've got 189 tackles made for 20 missed tackles. The Sharks have 89.89 with 160 for 13. And then 5 errors for the Sharks, 3 for the Cows. 3 penalties conceded for the Sharks, 2 for the Cows. I'm telling you, the Cows actually don't have bad stats here. The stats aren't against them too heavily. But their defense overall is so poor when it comes to the structure of it that you see that they've been just allowed to get over the line a couple of times, and it's going to be very difficult to break down the Sharks team because they are the second best defensive team in the comp from last year. And besides a mistake from the Sharks themselves, they haven't given up a break for a try here. They gave up a drop ball from a kick that went backwards and then landed it for the hands of Jackson Purdue, I think it was, for the Cowboys who scored. So I really can't see the Cowboys winning this game from here. I really can't, but the stats should give you a bit of belief as a Cowboys fan to know that you are relatively competitive in this game and that you're still within reach, but I just don't know if you're going to be able to reach. If you were, your message wouldn't be seen. Feel free to blame Sam for timing that. Yeah, it's always Sam's fault. It is always the old Skunkle's fault. But guys, I'm going to run off to the bathroom here, so just give me a few seconds. I'm going to move this off screen. I'm going to move this bad boy off screen, and I'll be back in about a couple of minutes' time. Don't forget, we've got the Raiders vs Broncos game right after this as well. Obviously, we'll be finishing this game off, and yeah, I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, keep talking conspiracy in the chat with Jay. I'll be back in a sec. All right, we're coming back. No, I did run off. I did go. I did go, but then I came back and I just thought I'd chill. I just had a drink for a sec before I came back on. But that was very funny, Jay. That was a good one from you. That was that was a good one from you. No, I did run off. But all right, we're back. Still have time, obviously. Kobe's mind said, I wonder how bad people smell over there because India is known for bad hygiene. It's not as bad as you would think, but there are certain sections that you walk through and it's not exactly fantastic. But it's just like sections rather than... It's like sections rather than like the entirety. You know, like for example, House Cars here doesn't really smell too bad for the most part. Again, like a lot of the stereotypes that you hear are legit, but also a lot of the stereotypes that you hear... it's a 50-50 mix, man. Like it's not as crazy. But then again, I've only had a 5-day experience, man. That's why BKRtravel is gonna be great for you guys because you'll see a lot more. You'll see. I'm not gonna film like, for example, the fact that girls are wearing basically short shorts here, and I actually even got told that even some Muslim countries are similar in that regards. That a lot of them still kind of wear a lot of like maybe not the strong ones, but. I did hear from someone yesterday who's been to some Muslim countries that not all women dress like how you expect them to dress in these kind of countries, right? So, yeah, it's eye-opening. Been to a spice market yet? They smell awesome. Have not been to one just yet. No, I have not been to one just yet. It's been a pretty whirlwind. So the first 2 days I was at the Novotel, which was obviously a very westernised airport hotel, effectively, for the first 2 days, which was easy. And then here it's still pretty easy and whatnot, but I do hear that it gets harder the longer you go, especially the more central you go and whatnot. And then when I go to Amritsar, even less people speak English. And Agra, it's like there's like less English there, but at least it's relatively tourist operated because of the Taj Mahal there. But like some places here, it's like impossible. I know I'm going to go through waves, man. Like I'm in the first 5 days of this trip, so it's going to be great for like the first couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and then there'll probably be like a slump where I just feel lethargic for a bit, and I'm just like, oh, no one understands me, and it's a little bit lonely, and all this kind of jazz. Like I know what traveling's going to bring, but then you'll find a second wind, and you'll get used to it again. You'll be loving life. It's life, man. You know, it's life. Whole chat was roasting me. I think I started World War II. Yes, because everything for you is about the Dragons, Cubby's mind. That's why. And you're trying to compare yourself with two of the worst teams of all time. So, you know, like, that's why. I am sick of drinking Pepsi Max. Like, I've got water there, but... I'm sick of drinking Pepsi. I really do prefer Coke Zero and Pepsi Max. Mango lassi sounds good. It does. Got to be careful of milk here, though. Have I had anything with milk yet? I guess I had a coffee at Novotel, but again, that's westernised and it's also at the airport, basically. So, you know, I haven't really had a great deal of that, and I'm so nervous about eating something and just being sick for 5 days or sick for a week kind of deal. It's just so nerve-wracking, man, to not be able to just... Like in Australia, you could just go wherever, right? Like, you just go down and just pick something up and you don't feel like you're going to get sick ever. But here, it just... In the back of your mind, you're feeling like you're going to get sick every time that you eat anything. Like, that fried rice that I had before was awesome. It tasted great, but I'm still nervous. You have to try mango sticky rice in Thailand. I hope that that's a legit comment and there's not, like, something sick from you there, Brenton. But I'm going to trust you in this regard and say that it probably sounds like there is actually something called mango sticky rice. I'm going to Google it, actually, just to make sure. Mango sticky rice, Thailand. So, Khao Niao Mamwang. Khao Niao Mamwang, which translates to mango sticky rice. It does look good. It does look good, man. It's legit. Like, that's what I'm saying. I trusted you, but I also know that this chat can give some pretty wild suggestions. Harahoni Wilparata says, when the NRLW on? Not until, like, July. NRLW doesn't start until, like, after Origin. Henry Phillips is up. My team's on next. I will be streaming the Canberra Raiders game. We'll be here for the Raiders vs Broncos. That's actually the game that I was most excited for today. I was like, okay-ish excited for the Rabbitohs Dragons. Then I knew this one was going to be probably a bit more one-sided, even though I haven't been too upset with the Cowboys, but they still haven't looked great. And then the next game is the one where I'm like, I think the Raiders can win, man. I really do, but Vegas has already proven that Vegas means shit. Like, Vegas has already proven it means shit. So although they looked good in Vegas, I need to see how the Raiders go back home. But they are at home. They're in Canberra. And the Broncos are travelling away. We've seen teams get big wins last week, look poor this week. So, you never know. You never know. I'm happy to go with the Raiders just because they're the underdog. And there's a lot of underdog upsets this round. The Rabbitohs won. The Roosters won. The Warriors won. The favourites won for the Knights Dolphins. Right now, the favourites winning here for the Sharks. So, maybe it could be an upset round. It definitely will be tomorrow. Ryan says, I've heard that you only eat it if you can see it being cooked or deep fried. Yes. Yeah, so the fried rice I had, they were cooking it there, and it was being cooked. So I was okay with it. Just don't eat the century-old eggs over there. I will not be eating any century-old eggs. I would need a donation of a significant amount to be doing that. And I would do it if that was the case, but I'm not doing it unless there's an incentive involved. Straight up, I say that to you. I would not do something like that unless it was like a large incentive, and then it would be content. It'd be great content, but I don't want to put myself through that. So, it would have to take a significantly large incentive for me to be in the right mind frame to eat a century-old egg, that's for sure. So, yeah, no thank you. Or balut eggs. I'm going to have a look at what that is. Balut eggs. What the... Fertilized bird egg. A balut is a fertilized bird egg, usually a duck, that is incubated for a period of 14 to 21 days... depending on the local culture, and then steamed. The contents are eaten directly from the shell. Balut that is incubated for longer periods have a well-developed embryo, and the features of the duckling are recognizable. What the fuck? That's ridiculous. The fact that's a delicacy is wild. I tried the scorpions. They're very crunchy. I'd probably try a scorpion. I probably would do that. That's the one delicacy in the Orient. That's just wild to me. But, China has a lot of those really intriguing delicacies. China is the one for, all the interesting and just wild delicacies. For example, that's why I know what you're going to say to this, Jay, but that's why, in regards to Wuhan, it was an easy target because of their markets there. Kobe's might say, I had Manly to win. I didn't expect Warriors to get up after Manly crushed the Cowboys in round 1. I did too, but I didn't have the balls to tip the Warriors, even though I kind of wanted to, but I just didn't. I'll stick to KFC. So there was a KFC immediately at Delhi Airport, literally at the airport. There's also lots of Subways here, which I'm surprised about. There's a lot of Subways here. I wonder if they have carrot, because in America they don't have carrots. And it still pisses me off. It'll always piss me off, actually. It'll never not piss me off that there is not carrot at Subway in America. Still, it will always piss me off that. Makes me sick, actually. It's really disrespectful. Subway Mac is also no beef, though. There is, or I haven't seen a McDonald's yet, but I know there's a McDonald's in Delhi Central. But yeah, there is no Big Macs or anything. It's all chicken stuff. Carrots. Hey, Henry, you can't have a Subway with no carrot. Do you actually ask the chat here? Do you have Subway with carrot, or do you not have carrot? It's a great question, Brenton. No carrot in America, why not? You go to Subway, and they will look at you weirdly if you say carrot. And also, jalapenos aren't called jalapenos. It's like giardina or something. What are jalapenos called in USA? No, it's not that. I think it might be just called peppers or something. What's a giardina or something? Giardina, USA, jalapeno or something? Giardina maybe. No, I don't know. I don't know, but they've got a weird name for it. It's not like a jalapeno. capsicum and peppers, and you would say, "Oh, I know, yeah, that's it." Because I remember I was with Mum in Vegas, and I ordered some jalapenos or I ordered something that I thought was jalapenos, and it ended up being capsicum. Slapper says replace carrot with more cheese. That's a great idea, but also don't replace the carrot. How about this one? I'll give you this one, Slapper. Get your seatbelt on. Hold on. You got your seatbelt on? Wait, what? Boo! It's clicked in. All right, now make sure it's in. How about carrot and extra cheese? I'm not all beautiful, you know. Beautiful and smart, son. Beautiful and smart. Jace's carrots were originally purple. Is that true? That's weird. Mango lassi. I haven't had the time yet, man. I will have it at some point, though. I will have the lassi drink. Everyone here was drinking bung lassi yesterday. Bung lassi is a weed drink. You're drinking like marijuana, effectively. Cheese is disgusting. Mitchell, you shut your dirty mouth, Mitchell. How dare you? Mitchell, you have a word to yourself right now. Cheese is disgusting. Wait, what was the thing? So the game's about to start here, guys. The Sharks and Cowboys back out in the field. What was that? There was a time late last year, where someone said something really gross, like they drink oil or like, what would they drink or something? Jay, you might remember it. Live stream after weed drink. I don't think I'd be comfortable doing it. Like, I have a friend here, and maybe I might do it around her because I feel a lot more comfortable there. But like, I wouldn't do it without someone around me. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it in a country like this and being off it. So third tackle. I even cut yesterday short because my phone was on 19%. I had a few drinks and I didn't want to be caught there with no phone and a little bit, tipsy. So fourth tackle, you got to be smart when you come to places like this, especially in the first 5 days. Waiting for Slapper's response. Mate, Slapper, he knows he's got some responses in him, but he knows I'm right. Carrot and extra cheese. That's the way to go. He knows I'm right. He can't be wrong. The only time I was ever wrong, I was actually right, so I was never wrong. So Cowboys now, we're going to bring this ball back out here to the 15, Braden Burns. Oh, it's butter. That's the one, Brenton. That was, he just drinks like melted butter or something. That was the strangest shit ever. Oh, Lagan's going to be here tomorrow too. We've got to remind him about that. We've got to remind him. He'll be here tomorrow for the Titans-Bulldogs game. God help him. God bless the guy. Drinking melted butter is wild. And then remember he tried to say he was joking after we all roasted him for it? Drinking melted butter is something else. So fourth tackle of the Cowboys at the 40. And now Cohen heads to the 50. Some TikToker chick is doing the fat eating trend. Recently she drank cooking oil. It's on Isaac Butterfield's channel. She drank cooking oil? But what's fat/eating trend thing? What is that? Drinking cooking oil is disgusting. It's better than that trend that happened like 10 years ago where people were licking the toilet seats of airplanes and shit. Now 2 litres of it! I don't even want to drink 2 litres of water in one sitting, let alone 2 litres of cooking oil. Third tackle now at the 32. Carrot on Subway sounds like pineapple on pizza. You're getting a minute timeout. Don't ever disrespect carrot on Subway ever again. I'm doing this myself. You're lucky you didn't have it before, but you can have it now. There's 1 minute of timeout for you. Don't ever compare carrot on Subway to pineapple on pizza. What an absolutely absurd comment. I think she's doing a live speed run. She's going good at it. She's going well. She's going well. Yeah, the ones that get bigger do it for views. The thing is, though, it doesn't really make sense. Like, if you're already big, why do you feel the need to do it? Like, if you're not big, then I can understand the desperation people go through to become big, right? But that's because they want to be this big star. And I can promise you right now, guys, it's not worth it being like some big star because you can't even do shit. You can't do anything. I like the area that we're in. I obviously want to grow and continue to grow and get more eyes and whatnot, but I think the area is good where we're in, where it's like you get recognised for sure, especially at games. Cowboy hit the ball at the halfway point, but like you're still able to do normal shit. Like I really enjoy it. So I feel for people who are actually super successful because you get all the money, but you can't even walk down the street. William Kennedy gets the ball to the 15, lagging our butter connoisseur. He's our butter. That's the guy we asked for. They think they promote fat positivity. It's weird. It is weird. Yeah, like, I'm all for people feeling positive about themselves, no matter their size, but also, like, fat positivity shouldn't be a thing. It's not healthy. And it's like, I'm not skinny. I'm a big boy, but I'm also comfortable with who I am. But I don't feel the need to... And I'm also not fat, right? Like, I've got a bit of weight on for sure, but I'm not, like, fat. Getting recognised everywhere you go will be torture. I agree. Like, yeah, you have the money, but you can't even just do normal shit. That's a knock-on for the Sharkies. The Cowboys ball. Penalty! Yeah, Will Kennedy, what are you picking that ball up for? I don't know why Will Kennedy would pick that ball up there. So it's going to be a knock-on there from the Sharks. Cowboys ball. But yeah, it would be torture. Imagine not just being able to walk down the road and get a cup of coffee. Or go to the corner store. Imagine not being able to walk to the movies. Or just go to the beach and just chill out. Have a beer down the pub. Like, that would just be awful. I get you're rich and you're wealthy and all that kind of jazz, but you still want to be like that normal human. It's the pros and cons. So first tackle now for the Cowboys at the 25. They give it off here to Tom Dearden. Dearden underneath here to Griffin Neem. Let's see if the Cowboys can come up better for the second half. Great run there from Neem. Oh, no. Jeez, that was an awkward... Oh, no. I hope Blake Bro's all right. That was an awkward kind of twist there that we saw, but he's all right. Third tackle for the Cows at the 10. Read that comment in a second, Slubber. Third tackle now. 11 metres away now from the line. Give it out to Tom Dearden. Dearden spreads it again. They're 10 metres away now from the line. Fourth tackle. Reece Robson, Tom Dearden. Dearden had to back to Drinkwater. Drinkwater gets it across again. John Bateman. Very flat attack there from the Cows. Super flat. Super flat. Fifth tackle now. 8 metres away. Off to Tom Dearden. Dearden kicks that ball. That's in goal. It's 7 tackles, 7 for the Sharks. Nico Hines quickly. They're all offside. They're all offside. Pass the balls. Pass the ball. They're away here. They're away. Sable Stone Street at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. Stop. Is he going to get there? Great tackle there by the Cowboys. Number 3 is at Jackson Purdue. Be careful you don't get binned here, mate. That's a bin for mine. Yep, that's a bin. That's a bin. He's got to go. He's got to go. He's off. He's off into the bin. Jackson Purdue with a fantastic tackle, but I knew he was going to hold on too long because it would have been a try, and he's gone to the bin. So the Cowboys are going to be down a man for 10 minutes, and that is correct. That is correct. Bin, 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 bin. What a last minute worth of play. It's definitely a sin bin. There's no one who could argue that. Maipa Sirungi says, go to Cowboys. I'm still going to get to Slappers comment, but I can't because this game has just turned hectic all of a sudden. Bin, 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 bin. He's taken too long to get off the field. Bin him again. He's taken 3 years to get off the field. You couldn't walk out off the back. He took so long to get off the field there. All right. Taking bets. Sharks score here. $1 to 1. $1 to 1. Cowboys defense, $1 to 1. All right, Sharks now. They're going to be 8 metres away here from the line. Been in for 20. Hey, listen, if you're going to take that long to get off the field, may as well. Should have been a send-off. Oh, for gosh sake, Cronulla. They've knocked the ball on, so if you took the odds on them not scoring... Oh, and there's a knock-on. No advantage. It has to go back for Cowboys ball. Yeah, no advantage. So knock-on Sharks. Dude, I will say the Sharks haven't been that impressive, though. Slabber says, did you see how many children were chasing after that iShow speed bloke when he was in Oz? That was crazy. You think that was crazy, bro? Go and have a look at his videos of him in, like, Poland. And look at his videos of him in, like, Indonesia and all those places. Like, Australians were bad, but they weren't, like, bad, man. Like, it wasn't horrific. In, like, I think it was the Netherlands or something, he had people grabbing his hair. He couldn't even get to his car. It was... Dude, that level of fame, it's like... I would like to... If I had that level of fame, which I won't be at, but if I had that level of fame, it would be predominantly in regards of Sharks didn't impact the scrum, so it's a penalty. It's worth it, because Mitchell said it's not worth it in the slightest, the money. It's worth it if you have the right intentions. Like, if your intentions are to... if your intentions are, when you're big and earning quite a lot of money, to give back to the community in some way, form, then I think it's worth it that you're sacrificing a lot of yourself for others. But that's not what most people think. They don't usually think like that. And it's weird because they come from that life, and yet then because they get into a successful life, they don't think of the life they came from. So it's like something that I always play with my channel is that when I have enough money eventually, when I travel somewhere, I want to, per place that I go to, give money to some form of like community grassroots for rugby league or for a sport somewhere in the world, or even here. Like, you see so many poor people here, man, and it breaks your heart, but you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it when you see the amount of poor people that are living here. It's like when people are working their job and still begging for money, you know there's a problem. Oh, that's a good offload. On the inside here, it's got Drinkwater. Drinkwater now will get to the border of 35. The issue is that when you get to that level of fame, you think it's all about you, so then people don't do the good things that they really should be doing. Or they use it as a bargaining chip for more support. And it's not the intentions. This is going to be a knock on Cowboys. Knock on Cowboys. Coach Mice, I'm so glad Rory Hargraves is retired, and I hope my Roosters don't re-sign him, as I heard talk about it. Also, my favourite moment as a Dragons supporter was watching him get Simbin live. Did you guys know that Kobe's mine is a Dragons fan? They're going to challenge us at the Cowboys. Rory Hargraves is definitely living in your head, rent-free. So they're going to challenge us at the Cowboys. They're going to say they didn't knock it on. 30 minutes to go of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I don't know if anyone knocks this ball on here. I don't know if any... I don't think there's a knock-on from the Cowboys in the initial contest, but can you prove it? Mulatalo doesn't... maybe his left arm? I think they're going to overturn this, but there isn't enough evidence, maybe. I don't think Mulatalo touches that. Sounds like Zeus. I think there's going to be insufficient evidence here. There's no, you can't... Yeah, they're going to say knock on. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, hold on. Well, that justification doesn't make any sense. What do you... So, hold on a second. I would have been okay with inconclusive evidence. But to say that it touches his arm and then goes forward into his own leg, what? What? What does that even mean? Goes forward into his own leg? That's not a knock on then. What? How? What is even that justification? That doesn't even make sense, what we just witnessed. That doesn't explain a knock-on, champion. A bunker, knock-knock, who's there, idiot central. How do you say that's a knock-on when he says that it goes into his leg? But that's not a knock-on because that's still your body. Again, I would have been so much happier with an inconclusive evidence there. Because I will say it was inconclusive evidence. Good run there from the number 14 of the Sharks. Daniel Atkinson. So Nico Hines now, fit tackle. That is just such an odd way to put that call. Drinkwater will grab it at the 20. Oh, jeez. Alright, so second tackle now. 35 metres out. I just don't understand how that's... I don't understand how the bunker calls it like that. I just don't get it. Fourth tackle here for the Cowboys at the 50. Isn't that just a kick? Well, it's not that it's a kick, because a kick would have to come off your foot or your ankle or your leg. But he said like it's come off the top of his leg here. So it's like he's touched it with his left arm or whatever, and it's come into his top part of his leg. So unless you're saying then that it bounces forward from that... But that shouldn't be the point where you're saying it's a knock-on. The point should be where you're saying it hits the ground forward. But if you're saying it comes off your arm into your leg, if that then goes backwards, that should still be fine. Like that should still be fine because it's coming off backwards. Unless he's saying that the ball has come off his arm into his leg and then forward. But why would you even need to mention the leg? The leg doesn't make sense in this situation. The leg is irrelevant, man. That's a great tackle there from the Cows. The leg is completely irrelevant in this situation. He could have just said the ball touches his arm and goes forward. Is it really that much rocket science that we could have just done that? Like, that would have really saved us complaining for the last 5 minutes. First tackle at the 30. Drink water. It's starting to get a little bit better in the second half. Sammy McIntyre. The Sharks are doable in this game. They have not been that great. They've definitely been the better team, but I'd say the Cowboys had the momentum in the second half so far, besides that break away from Monotalo and the sin bin. So Lawton comes on for Cohen Hess. Oh, Drinkwater, here he is. Taking down the 20. You can see that he's giving it a crack. You can see he's really turning it up. There's no way it's a 6 again. Tom Dearden gives it off. Last tackle. What are they doing? It's fit tackle. Why are so many teams getting done on fit tackle, you know? I don't get it. Jay says, if I had that level of fame, I'd get a house in the hills and underground tunnels and become an indoors person. All the famous people are doing it. The last part is a very J. Hayes comment. No, if I had that level of fame and I had that level of money, obviously you'd have to get corporate suites and stuff at games every single time. Like if you wanted to go to a game, you couldn't just sit in the general public anymore, and it'd be so shithouse because there's no way you'd not want to be in with the fans, but you can't do that anymore. Like iShow Speed can't really sit in with the general fans anymore, all right? But realistically, you do have to. There's so many kind of options. Oh, it's a knock on Cowboys at the 20. There's so many options that you can give back, but so many don't focus on anything but themselves when they get to the level of fame. So that's a knock on Cowboys. So Sharks get a chance here with a man in the bin with the Cowboys still. They get a chance. It's definitely a knock on. Like most celebrities will choose a charity and run with it. Do they actually care? I question their motivation. I question their motivation. He brought a lot of his own demise. I wouldn't disagree. A knock on Sharks. Oh my gosh. Oh, penalty! What? Are they saying high tackle? What's he called here? That's a good shot. Nico Hines, Jesse Raymond. Oh, okay, I can see it. His arm is quite high. I can understand where the referees come from there, but that's a great shot. Oh, it's... Oh, I somewhat disagree. I disagree with that call, actually. No, I disagree. I don't think that's high. Like, he comes across him here. I don't actually think he hits him on the neck / face. I don't think that's high, but they do call that quite... Oh, it's on report. Okay, I thought he was going to bend him. I was going to be like, no way. All right, so penalty Sharks. I would say that call is quite dubious. But they do call those. They do call those. Yeah, the commentary's saying, I don't know what to make of this performance from Cronulla. It's not a great performance. It's not great, but they will win this game. I'm pretty confident they win this game, but like it's not a fantastic performance. Braden Trindle at the back here, Nico Hines. They got number, flick it out, 1-on-1. No, they ruined that one. That's actually good defense in the Cows. Murray Talung with a good 1-on-1. Exactly right, Mr. J. Hayes. I might pin that comment actually. Might pin that comment. Jeez, I nearly just timed you out. Jeez. Sharks now, short side. Oh! Backwards try. It's come out the back, unless they're going to say forward here, I don't know. Sharks win this game says more about the Cows. Oh, good teams win games that they necessarily shouldn't, but I get where you're coming from. So they're going to look for a knock-on here, I guess. Oh, they're going to look if he gets the try in the first attempt. No, he doesn't get it there. And then it goes backwards. Oh, well, that... technically, based on your stupid into the leg call, you'd call that forward, wouldn't you? If you're going to give us your ridiculous answer for before bunker and say it goes into the leg, well, then that would be a knock-on. That's flat. That pass is flat. And you also can't call forward pass, bunker. Hold on a second, bunker. So you've called a forward pass, have you? You've just called a forward pass, bunker. The NRL is fucked. Straight up. The NRL is gone. That is classed as a forward pass, and the bunker can't call on that. If you had have told me that he knocked it on in the actual, like, with the ball, then sure. But the bunker cannot call on forward passes. He said that after he's lost the ball, it's gone forward. But he's not saying that the ball has gone forward into a Cowboy. He's saying that the ball has gone forward. So he is adjudicating a forward pass. I would have said just then that and then they've called penalty Cowboys. I would have said that ball right then was flat as a track. Flat as. But the bunker has gone out of his way to call a forward pass just then, which you are not allowed to do. That makes no sense. That is the incorrect call. Again, if you want to specify that the ball has gone forward, you have to say into a Cowboy in that situation, because that constitutes a knock-on. You cannot call the forward pass. You can't call it. Otherwise, why didn't you call Reece Welsh's one forward in the finals the other year against the Warriors? It makes no sense. This is why people complain. And then you get Graham Annesley, who can't even front the media anymore because they think that that's what the fans want. No, we want someone to answer what they just called just then. That's what we want. We want you to answer what you just called, because that doesn't make sense. You tell us that the bunker can't call forward passes, but they just did. And I don't even think it was a forward pass. It's absurd. It really is absurd. Minksty Don says, watch the Cowboys come back. Well, neither of these teams have looked good today. But if the Cowboys come back, then the Cowboys come back. But that was a very odd call against what they're allowed to call in the bunker. No, Casey did the last bunker, Brenton. She didn't do too bad. Casey was in the bunker for the Rabbitohs and Dragons. Oh, good tap by Will Kennedy. He's away. Will Kennedy's away at the 30, the 35, the 40. He steps. He passes. They're away. Samuel Stone Street. That's a great tackle by the Cows. And they'll be taken down 20 metres out from the line. Stone Street has had 2 tries taken off him, to be fair. Great cover defence from the Cows. Nico Hines gets the ball out here. Daniel Atkinson passes it across to Trindle. Trindle gets it across to Molitalo. Molitalo gets it across, and Teague Wilton's going to score on the try on the left-hand side. And the Sharks score to make it 20-6 with a kick to come. And I guess that's a little bit of karma for the fact that they just got a try taken away from them for something that should never have been called. Should never have been called. So 20-6 for the Sharks with a kick to come from the sideline. That was a great tap by Will Kennedy, and the Cowboys just got broken away. Drinkwater has done really well. I will say this in regards to Drinkwater. His defense is usually really putrid. But today, he's been finding ways to make a play at a tackle. He's not making the full tackle, but he's at least grabbing at the legs or swiping at the ankles or tripping them up after the break. And he's not just allowing the freebie try to come through. So that is a positive for Scotty Drinkwater, because a lot of the time he will get done over. It's 3 times he's made a big play in regards to preventing the try down the back as the fullback. So it's a great little, it's a good little game defensively from Scotty Drinkwater, in my opinion. It's a good little game. There's a long time to go in this game, but I don't know if we're going to be able to see the Cows come back, because they've had their opportunities. They've had their opportunities. So Nico Hines, you can't get any further to the left-hand side. Let me know in the chat right now. Comment in the chat. Do you think the Cowboys can still come back here, or do you think the Shacky Shack is going to find a way to just drag this one over the line and then try and rethink it for next week? Brenton says all the Sharkies need to do is outnumber them at this point. Like, yeah, that's a great kick from Nico Hines. He's actually turned into a really good kicker. Like, he never used to be a fantastic kicker. He's turned into a really good kicker. The thing is, though, Brenton, is that you're right, but that try there is more so off the back of a broken down play. So once you get that broken down play and you get all the way down to the right-hand side, your immediate thoughts, and this is where a lot of teams go wrong, is your immediate thoughts is to go directly left. You just go to the opposite side. Doesn't matter how you get there, just get there because there's going to be numbers. And that's why you see Teague Wilton on the wing. Like, Teague Wilton's a back rower. Teague Wilton's a back rower, but he's on the wing. And that's because the whole attack and defense is on the back foot because they're setting up for an attack. They're trying to get back all the way an extra 10 meters for defense. But, like, you've got players all over the shop. So it's drinks break right now. You've got players all over the shop, left, right, and centre. And the Sharks, they were just able to get Teague Wilton onto the wing and score a try. So that one there is a little bit different. But the other ones, yes. The other ones are all absolutely. Sharky, shark, sharky, shark. So 21 minutes to go of the game. Like I said, it is a drinks break right now. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And do not forget, Raiders versus Broncos right after this. Right after this. Wait, 7 line breaks to 0 for the Sharks today is crazy work. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. 7-0 line breaks wise. 7-0. By the way, Brenton, is the fan noise like strong? Like, can you hear that fan the whole time? Is it annoying or is it just like in the background a little bit? All right, so the Sharks now will grab the ball. Blake Brayley gives it to Adam Fanor-Blake. Who'll get this ball now to the 12. Haven't seen a phenomenal amount of the attack today from Adam Fanor-Blake, but let's go have a look at his stats to see if I'm full of shit or not, which I may as well could be. He's only played 35 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm full of shit. 116 meters from 8 runs is actually really good. 40. Oh, he's got 55 kick return meters though. So he's got 64 kick return meters though. It's like half of his meters have come from kick return meters. He does have some good post contact. That's going to be a penalty to the Sharks on the last tackle too. That hurts the cows. He's had no tackle breaks. 14 tackles made, no misses is really good, though. Wow, Blake Brayley, take your hat off. 34 tackles for no miss is incredible. 34 tackles, no miss is some really good stuff. That's really good stuff there from Blake Brayley. It's not noticeable when you're talking. Oh, so when I'm talking, it's sweet, but when I'm not talking, you can hear it. You're a full of shit robot, Mr. Streamer. No, you know what? No, you don't exist. How about that? How about that? You don't exist. You may think it. You're in my world, buddy. Brenton secretly wants you to turn the fan off so you start sweating. It's the ultimate experience. Well, it's not even that hot today, actually. It's well, it would be out in the sun, but when you're in the shade here, because it's not humid, it's dry. Left-hand side, Kylero, 15 minutes out, third tackle. Dry heat, you don't really get slapped by like the heat when you're in the shade. The shade actually is sweet, but humid heat, when you're in the shade, you still feel it. All right, so Nico Hines, he'll be fifth tackle, 6 again. Wow, cows. They give away the 6 again on fifth tackle. This could be where the Sharks start to break away with 19 minutes to go. Sweat the Pepsi out. Dry heat is better, I agree. I think it's more comfortable, but you can get burnt a lot easier. Will Candy, easy try. Molotalo! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Dus! Dus! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Fortnite boy! Mooly mooly! Talo! Get around, Fortnite boy. The old Fortnite boy. William Candy has been great today. Curry sweats and chili sweats are the best. You need help. That's what you need. But I would say, yeah, to dry heat being better than humid heat. But yesterday was so tiring, man. Like, it was like 32 degrees, dry heat, like in a mosh pit. Like, it was really... But if that was humid heat, I wouldn't have survived as long as I did. Mulitalo! Mulitalo. But yeah, I feel like the Cowboys, I actually think they gave it an honest crack for a while. Mulitalo's actually scored most of his tries against the Cowboys. He's scored 3 more tries against them than the Raiders and the Warriors. How hot is it over there? It's all dry heat, man, so it's not humid like we have in Australia. But the weather currently out there as we speak is 31 degrees. And it's meant to get to 32 degrees in about an hour and a half. It gets to about 18 degrees in the mornings, though. Like 18 degrees at about 5, 6 a.m. Nico Hines will get the kick. Below. Indians are used to the heat together. Should see the trains. Hey, Blissy, you know I'm here, right? What do you mean should see the trains? Have you seen the trains? Have you seen them? Have you been here? What do you mean should see the trains? I'm here. I am in the country you're talking about. What do you mean should see the trains? I'm here. Of course I've seen what you're talking about. Oh, man. So that's going to be a short kickoff, but the Sharks will get it at the 30. Google. Yeah, but I don't need Google. I don't need Google, man. But 28-6 with 17 minutes to go of the game. Well, I wasn't aware if you'd seen them or not. Well, now you have. Now you are, aren't you, Blissy? I'm going to be on a 16-hour train 2 weeks' time. I'll be on a train for 16 hours from Amritsar to Agra. Heat in the night is the worst. Do you have AC in your accommodation? No, but it's not hot. Well, this isn't even the summer yet, man. So summer is more so. And I say summer because it makes more sense for Australians and whatnot. Because they don't live by that over here. But April gets really hot. Like when I'm in Jaisalmer, which is west. Oh, here we go. Easy try. Samuel Stone Street, 30, 25, 20. Kicks it through. Don't worry. They intercepted the ball. Good work by Kai O'Donnell. Really good work. Jaisalmer can get to like 53 degrees, 54 degrees. Do you get to sit on the roof with 200 people? It's not like that, man. Come on. It can be like that at the cheap sections of the train, but I'm not going in the cheap sections. With all due respect, like I have the ability to not go to the cheap sections, so I'm not going to go to the cheap sections. I'm going to go to the better sections because a 16-hour train ride with a bed involved and all that kind of jazz cost me like $45 Australian. So, but the cheapest section I could have gone on for like 40 cents. So there's no way. I'm going to pay $45 instead of paying 40 cents. And not being able to sleep, you have to stand up or you have to sit down and people are sitting on you, people are trying to rob you. Like, it just, shit, it's messy. It's messy in those back sections of the train. 4 tackle now of the 35. Luke says, coming at him for Noel Blake. Hey, listen, he's ran a few minutes today. Most of them come from the kick returns, but he hasn't missed a tackle. Cowboys! And then he made that tackle just, no, it was Ramian, sorry. 5th tackle with the Cowboys at the 15. And the toilets, Jay, yeah, for sure. 6 again for the Cows. 6 again, Sammy Mack. No, that's Ruben Cotter. 8 metres away. First tackle out to Braden Hamlin-Ueli. Not Hamlin-Ueli, sorry, he's the one. He looks similar to Hamlin-Ueli, but he's on the Cowboys there, not the Sharks. Awful attack for the Cows then. 3rd tackle now. Ruben Cotter gets whacked down there. Tom Didden to Duffy. Bateman. Bateman's such a weird signing with the Cows. 4th tackle here at 9 metres away from the line. Say hello to the people in the back row, Mipus. Mipus Sidongi says, damn, Cowboys sucks. They're not looking fantastic. They're not looking fantastic. But still only round 2. Still only round 2, but they don't look great. They don't look great. Scott Drinkwater to Tom Dearden. Hits the grass. Hits a knock on. It's actually a penalty. Why do players not know to not pick the ball up when you're in front of the player and they knock it on? Sharks ball, 10 metres away from their own line, and it's going to be Oregon Gafusi coming back on. Who will Cows replace Robson with next year? Oh, that's right. Where is Reece Robson going? It's not Knights, is it? Or is it Roosters? Who was he going to again? Yeah, Roosters, that's right. Yeah, it was a Roosters. That's a great question, man. Like, maybe... Oh, jeez. Who do they go? Like, we're not going to release Sam Verrills. And we've got Chrissy Randall as well, who they won't be getting. Maybe Tom Starling from Canberra, because Canberra signed Jaden Brayley, I guess. Brandon Smith is a shout, because he's done at the Roosters, apparently. I could see it being Starling or Brandon Smith. I would say out of the two, you'd probably more so look towards maybe a Brandon Smith. Maybe a Brandon Smithy Smith. So 4th tackle now at the 35. He's unbelievable. Out to McInnes. McInnes at the 20. 5th tackle. Smith talks of going to South. Yeah, but I don't know if South bite when they've got Wayne. And he likes Mamos Ellis. And Mamos Ellis was really good today. Knocked back. Try time Sharks. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Might be knock on. Might be a knock on here. Might be a knock on. They're calling no try. They're calling no try. Ne. Ne try. Ne try. Trindle doesn't look happy with it. I don't even know why we're checking it because no one looks happy with it and the referee called no try. So swipes the ball backwards, that's fine. Stop at perspective of the direction of the ball. You can see it goes backwards. That's not what we're looking at. Oh, yeah, no, the bunker's fantastic, Jay. No, they're unreal. No. They've had an unreal day today, the bunker. My favourite time for the bunker today was when they called a forward pass. No, that's just straight up not a knock-on. The knock-on comes from Trindle. No, that is completely fine. Oh my fucking gosh. Oh my god, I hate the bunkers so much. I actually hate the bunkers so undeniably so much. Oh my gosh, man. Like, truly, like, it really does baffle ya. They called it knock-on from Mulatalo. Like, Trindle is a clear knock-on. Sure, go with that one. The commentary's saying it's not a knock-on. I'm saying it's not a knock-on from Mulatalo. No one was looking at Mulatalo's one because it wasn't a knock-on. The knock-on was the Trindle... Anyway, bunker is infuriating, dude. Like, truly, the bunker is infuriating. Anyway, it was going to be a no-try. It's just it's annoying to see that they came to the no-try conclusion from the wrong part of the call. Brenton says, maybe Souths buy him for a different position. Well, they're not going to put him into the 13 because Cameron Murray's there unless they moved him into the back row and then put Brandon Smith as the 13. I think Cameron Murray's too good at the 13 unless they get concerns with the injuries. I guess you could look at a 14 there for South. I don't know. I think that it's either 9 or 13 realistically. Cowboys have a chance here. 15 out. They get the pull back to Drinkwater. Drinkwater gets it across to Tom Dearden. Dearden at the 20. He'll kick it across. That's an awful kick. And straight to Samuel Stone Street, who will get taken down to the 10. Bunker having a shocker. Bunker is having a shocker in this game. Bunker. And why is it 2 times the Sharks game? 2 times. The Sharks, like the Sharks win this game, but the Sharks had a shocking refereeing, officiating in that Sharks-Panthers game. And now they're getting it here, but it's like it's not... Again, that was the right call. It's just the wrong way they got there because that wasn't the knock-on. The next part was the knock-on. Like, Cameron Murray plays 13 for New South Wales. Sorry, plays 11-12 for New South Wales. So I wouldn't be crazy surprised if they went and put a bolter of Brandon Smith 13 and Cameron Murray into the back row. And then have Cameron Murray and Kalama Matangi back row, which would be amazing. But you want Cameron Murray's intelligence there for the passing. You just don't do it. And South certainly need a 13 Smith because they got that Hubner guy. Hubner? I'm not too sure. I trust your word for it. He's been pretty good. I trust your word for it. They're going to challenge you, Cronulla. 10 minutes to go of the game. 10 minutes. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Don't bother asking about this. It's just India. That's going to be played at. He puts his... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, he's not playing at that. He puts his hands up, but I think that's just him protecting himself. I'm actually looking forward to the next game, though. I'm glad that the one that I've been looking forward to most today is the last game of the day. I am glad about that. Because it gets you through. But I also will say, starting this early in the day, like 9:30 a.m. for me, has been like a godsend because you're more awake. The Saturday games when you're finishing at 9:30 is so tiring because you have the first half of the day and then you got to go do 3-6 hours. This, like, I'm sweet at the moment. I'm completely sweet. Second tackle now, 40 metres away here from the Sharkies line. Robson off to Drinkwater. And Jordan McLean is going to be 32 metres away, third tackle. Maybe it does go to the Cows. Well, the Cows will need someone. I don't know who they're going to put that in that 9. It's a great question. I didn't even think of that until you said that. Ruben Cotter to Din. This Cowboys attack is not what it was last year, man. I can say that through the first 2 rounds. Have they had an easy trot in the first 2 games? No, the Cows haven't. But their attack is nowhere near what we saw last year. That is a penalty for a tackle in air. So first tackle now for Cronulla. Ronaldo Mulatalo rolls it back to Trindle. And that's a penalty to the Sharks. Penalty to the Sharks. 22-point lead. Like, I reckon this game will finish 34-6. And then you compare it with last week's game for the Cows against Manly. And it's like, well, they lost last week 42-12. So in total, they've scored 18 points this season. And right now, they've conceded 42, 28, so 52, 62, 70 points. 70 to 18 over the first 2 rounds. The Cowboys have lost 70 to 18 over the first 2 rounds. That is a big change, man. Unless they score another try in the last 9 minutes here, but they don't even have the ball. Run. Oh, that's gone backwards. Nico Hines off to Britt Nakora. Nakora gets away from one. Nice grab late on there by Jackson Purdy. Oh, no. It looked like he was injured there. He might be injured, actually, in the back play. Definitely hope for a close contest. Sad that Tarpanay... Oh, Tarpanay's not playing. Would have been good to see him against Haas and Carrigan. Oh, maybe I do have to go to the Broncos again. Oh, Tarpanay not playing makes me want to go back to the Bronx now. It's all Nano's fault. Exactly right, Brenton. How's this for sending a message, Toddy Payton? How's this for sending a message? The message being sent? Is it undelivered or have they blocked you? I reckon they blocked you. I reckon they blocked you. No delivered message. I reckon they blocked you. And drop backwards, but still Cowboys ball at the 5. Or Savage. Oh, yeah, I go to the Bronx. I'll go to the Bronx now. I would have tipped the Raiders just because I do genuinely believe that they are a better team than people give them credit for. But I can't tip the Raiders if they've got Tarpon and Savage out and the Broncos are fully healthy. But, you know, Canberra could surprise. They weren't the favourites in Vegas and they whooped the Warriors. And the Warriors then go and beat Manly as a heavy underdog too. Knock on Cowboys. Knock on by the Cowboys. Knock on Cows. Yeah, he's just completely lost that ball there, Murray Talangi. Who do the Cows play next week? Oh, it's the Tigers. No, that was not that one. Who's they playing? They play the Broncos at Suncorp next week, the Cows. You have a genuine chance of going 0-2. 0-3, sorry. You have a genuine chance of going 0-3. You're about to be 0-2. Broncos at Suncorp. That is a rough one. All right, off to McInnes. McInnes to Oregon Kafusi. And Kafusi's 18 metres away. Second tackle. Can they make it 34? Cowboys' completion rate's been good. 82%. Sharks at 88%. But Cowboys' completion rate's actually been pretty good. Talangi has had a shocker this game. Todd should drop him and send a message. Who hasn't had a shocker over the last 2 games? Right hand side, Trindle gives it off. That's an easy try. Where's the winger? That's Talangi. Where is he? Stone Street scores. It is now 32-6 for the kit to come. Looking like a shootout between Dolphins and Cows in the spoon at the moment. Too early to be saying that. Too early to be saying that. But if you're saying that at the moment, sure. But too early to be saying that. Why have you ignored the Tigers? Yeah, it's Suncorp too, Joe. But why are we ignoring the Tigers? The Tigers looked awful against the Knights last week with 51 missed tackles. And the Tigers have won 3 back-to-back spoons. So Tweed's winning. Who's Tweed playing this week? Oh, yeah, he gets that. Tweed, Heads, Seagulls. Tweed, Heads, Seagulls. Northern Pride. Are they good this year? That's good to see. Game day. Let's have a look at that. Oh, no, that's just tickets. I can't bother looking for it. But that's good to hear the Tweeds winning. Is Zane Harrison playing for them this year? Is he in the game? I'm going to go have a look. So let's see if Nico Hines can get this one from the sideline. 5 minutes to go of the game, guys. 5 minutes to go of the game. Queensland Host Plus Cup. Host Plus Cup. Seagulls up 12-0. Jacob Alec-Winky scored. Superstar. That's a superstar right there. No, Tom Weaver's the halfback. So Zane's not in the team. So is he still playing like Colts and whatnot? I would have expected him to start playing for Tweed by now. Which is weird. Because he's very good. Alright, Nico Hines will curl it, but he will miss it. So it will be 4 minutes for you to go. Here stays 32-6. Be much more fun to have a new spoon winner. Boring Tigers being shit of a year. Yeah, it is. You do want to see a new spoon winner as long as it's not the Titans. As long as it's not the Titans, you don't want to see a new spoon winner. It would be crazy if it was like considering recent years, like Cowboys and Dolphins. Dolphins wouldn't be too crazy, but it would give me a lot of ammunition to tell everyone to eat a dick for saying that the Dolphins were better than the Titans when they first came in, which is literally factually incorrect because the Titans finished higher than the Dolphins on both seasons. And both their first 2 seasons, but everyone likes to ignore that. Cowboys are away here. Scott Drinkwater, the 30, the 20. Oh, they might score. Oh, they will score. Okay, well, the Sharks just gave up there. That's not even an attack. That's just the Sharks have given up. The Sharks just thought the game was over, so it's 32-10 with the hit to come. Like, the game is over, but, like, I'm not even looking at that try thinking that was great from the Cowboys. The Sharks weren't even paying attention. They genuinely weren't even paying attention. Bennett Kurtz for the Finns. Yeah. Scored with his pants down. Yeah, but I don't even look at this, man. I look at Nikora's not even trying. Blake Brayley barely tries. Will Candy gets shrugged off. Nico Hines doesn't even attempt to tackle. No one's attempting to tackle. That's not even a try. That's just a literal gift. That is a literal gift from the Cronulla Sharks. Like, that is a literal gift there, man. They're not even attempting to tackle for the most part. It just says, I don't care what anyone says. I see people saying Sharks should have been up by 30 at half time or whatever. I'm pretty happy with this result. Good game. Okay, I'm going to be a bit of a negative Nancy to you. And I'm going to say, be happy with the win. Sharks weren't great. They weren't impressive in this game. They've won, I'm saying still 32-6. I couldn't really give a shit about that try just then, but 32-12, whatever. The Sharks were much better than the Cowboys, but they should have been up by more. Like, they have been pretty poor in attack today. Defensively, they've been quite solid besides that lackluster whatever piece of whatever play that was. Overall, I would say that the Sharks get away with this win and just take it and just run away with it. But you need to be much better going up against some better teams because the Cowboys got absolutely smacked in the Manly game. And yes, the Sharks are beaten by 20 points here, 32-12, but there has been a lot of errors from them. There's been a lot of mistakes. Their attack has been clunky against a really poor Cowboys defense. But it's like you've still scored 32 points. So I would say I would be frustrated that it wasn't as clean as it could have been. But with that being said, you're happy you're winning by 20 points, you know? So that's what I would say. All right, so 4 minutes left here. And then in literally about 5-10 minutes time, we're going straight live with the Broncos versus the Raiders game. Oh, knock on cows. Knock on cows. I missed the first half. Brenton says, Isha, why are you making that comment then? It's a great point. It is a great point. Yeah, actually, that's a great point. Isha, what do you mean? Like, so you see all those comments, and then you disagree with those comments because you're happy with this result, good game, but you didn't watch the first half. So how do you have an opinion on the first half? If you didn't watch it, how can you have an opinion on the first half? That's correct, Isha. You can still say you're putting up 30 plus whilst not being at our best half. But you're also playing the Cowboys, who conceded 40 plus to the Manly Seagulls last week. So if you'd watched the game, and this isn't an insult towards you, but if you'd watched the game, you would understand where we're coming from, and you'd understand where those other comments are coming from, because the Cowboys have been okay-ish, but they've also been still really poor defensively. There's a reason why people are saying that comment, and I can completely understand why they're saying it. Do I 100% agree with them? Not necessarily, but I do think that the Sharks haven't been anywhere near their best today. Scoreline. Yeah, but you can't have an opinion based on the scoreline. Like a scoreline doesn't mean anything. Like, a team can win. A team can very, very confidently win a game 14-12. But that scoreline suggests that it was a massive nail-biter. Like, there's so much context that goes into games. Judging based off of scorelines doesn't actually kind of give you a good grasp of the game. Again, not an insult. You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't believe that anybody can have the true opinion and perspective of a game unless they've watched the game, because the scoreline doesn't actually reflect how this game has been. The scoreline has come from... There's been many errors in the Sharks. There's been many bad plays. There's been knock-ons galore. There's been bad calls. There's been all this kind of shit across the game. So, yeah, again, entitled to your opinion. It's just that I don't think you've got a full grasp of the opinion because you haven't been able to watch how the scoreline has happened, if you know what I'm saying. But the Sharks will score here. The Sharks will score here to make it 36-12 with a kick to come. Kyle Iro goes over. Goes over. But, like, again, you won. You're going to win the game. Like, don't be upset. Of course, never be upset, but there's room to improve on, for sure. There's a lot of room to improve. That's for sure. Hey, Jay, what time does the next stream start? Is it starting, like, in 2 minutes? I feel like it might be starting in 2 minutes. Minute 37 to go here. Ended up missing Rabbitohs and Dragons. No, it was a very close game. Is it worth going back and watching it later on? I'd say watch the final, like, 15 minutes. I wouldn't watch the full 80. I'd watch the final 15 minutes. That last 15 minutes will give you a good read for it. Just see what the Rabbitohs did in the last 15. It's pretty much how it was going back and forth throughout the game. Rabbitohs started off the better. Dragons came back. Dragons went better. And then Talakai's taking the kick here. And then the Rabbitohs came back. Like, it was a bit of a back and forth game in all the ways. 90 seconds. I'll be a little bit late for it. All right, Talakai will get it. Oh, off the post. Off the post. It was close enough. Milestone game for him. So yeah, that last 15 minutes kind of sums up both games, the game for both teams. But where the Rabbitohs are coming from, the Dragons did at one stage too. Yeah. 55 seconds left here. 55 seconds left. Well, Cowboys, you're in for a long year, that's for sure. You are in for a long year, man. And you got the Broncos at Suncorp next week. That's trouble. That's trouble all over. Cowboys will get the short kickoff. There's 50 seconds to go. Can they make it a little bit more reasonable with a 36-18? I wouldn't say it's justifiably deserved, but sure. Kind of wish I missed this until the last game. Well, we all knew this was going to be the result, man. We all knew this was going to be the result. And then again, we thought this was going to be a result of the Panthers Panthers and Roosters, but in favour of the Panthers as a knock-on Cows. Oh, there's been so many errors. 26 seconds to go here. Guys, I'm going to jump off here. The game is going to finish 36-12 because I've got to set up for the stream for the Raiders versus the Broncos game. I hope you have enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The Sharks, they were clearly the better team. A lot of work to improve on, but they were clearly the better team. Cowboys, you're in for a long year, man, unfortunately. You are in for a long year. So, yes, I'm going to jump off, and I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes' time for the Raiders and the Broncos. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See you. Game over, man.